Hi, I'm Sam from Silver Magazine. I hope you're all well. Just kind of getting back into doing little videos and keeping in touch a bit more now that things are hotting up again on the silver front, which is great. And actually something happened to me a few days ago, which was, gosh, it really reminded me of why I kind of went on this journey in the first place. And so I thought I'd share it with you because this is important. Some of you will know how I feel about this stuff and some of you haven't got a clue who I am. So, you know, let's go with this. So I was talking to a client, you know, like a advertising client, and probably one shouldn't speak to clients like this anyway, but we were talking about the content in silver and she was saying how she related to it and stuff because, you know, she said, I am a lady of a certain age. And she did that whole kind of thing about, you know, being a bit wry about the whole, you know, about the whole thing. And I just went, stop. And she stopped and I said, oh, no, I'm really sorry because maybe you shouldn't speak to clients like that. But I said, you know, we have to stop that. You know, what you just did there, you dipped your head because you felt bad about being a bit older. We have to stop that. You know, actually, I don't want anybody to feel like that, you know, like it's not a good thing. And gosh, you know, I'm not here to tell you that life isn't without its trials and tribulations. And, you know, sometimes life gets worse as you get older. There's, you know, not everybody's going to be happy. But as a species, I think we need to do better than this. You know, actually, there's more older people than younger people. I mean, that's going to bring its own problems at some point in the future. But at the moment, we are an ageing population. And, you know, people over 40 and over 50 run the world. It's like, why are we the ones feeling shifty? And you look at all the marketing and stuff, even products that are supposed to be for our age group, you know, are sold by younger looking people. We've all seen the 30-something woman in a towel walking into the walk-in bath, for example. So it's just like, you know, hello, are we invisible? So that, you know, it was a real moment for me. I just sort of skidded to a halt and went, oh my God, I'd forgotten, you know, that's how it started in the first place. I was looking for something that really represented how I felt and how my mates were. And it was just, there wasn't anything. And, you know, I talk a lot about how it's okay to be 50 plus and, you know, launching businesses and traveling the world and doing all those things. But actually, equally, if you want to put your joggers on and watch Marple all day, that's good for me as well. You know, actually, it's about having the choice and not feeling bad about being older. I think that's it. It's actually being able to understand that being, let's say, 45 plus is really broad and really varied, and it's really different to how it was a couple of generations ago, just literally a couple of generations ago. And I noticed this recently, actually. I was at someone's funeral and they went, well, gosh, you know, he was only 80. When I was at my grandmother's funeral, which is literally one generation ago, somebody went, well, she was 80. And you can see this massive difference just in one generation. Actually, suddenly being 80 isn't that old anymore. So you start to like track that back. Some of you will have seen, I hope, my article on silvermagazine.co.uk about how 30 is not the new 50, it's better. If not, go and find it because it's a good article. Bit of a rant, but you know, I believe that actually. You know, being 30 was all right, it was fun, but you know, my head was all over the place and scatty, and you know, I might not be as fit as I was at 30, but I'm a lot happier. Anyway, it was a real moment for me, and when talking to this client, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to bring that to the fore as things get busier again, and just remind us all why we're doing the silver journey, and just remember how important that stuff is. So if you're seeing this, it's the first time you've ever seen me talk to a camera and you're thinking, who the hell is this? I'm Sam, I'm the founder. You can see a lot about Silver Magazine on the website, silvermagazine.co.uk. There is a print issue coming, which you can subscribe to. There is a newsletter, which you can also subscribe to if you don't want print stuff. And you'll get a nice little billet doux every fortnight, I think it is, with some articles in, you know, and keep in touch. We're really good on Facebook and stuff. So, you know, we have a really nice tribe. We're a good tribe, the Silver Tribe, and you come join us. Anyway, that's enough for me. Just keep in touch, and hopefully I'll catch up with you all soon.